Listen up.
Hi, Lucy. Hi, Kel.
The Lucy and Kel podcast.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. It is Lucy.
Hello.
And Casey.
Yo.
And Kel for breakfast. We should continue, actually. We should continue on with this nonsense of an intro because I've realised what's happening.
What?
I've realised exactly what's happening. What is happening today is that you are currently away for your mum's birthday in Queensland.
Yes.
And we said, why don't we throw together a podcast based on the show that hasn't happened yet?
Yeah.
Therefore, we don't know what we've talked about, and we're doing an intro to the podcast.
That's ridiculous.
What do you think we would have talked about on the show today?
This is so fun, though. We've never done it. We've never done it retroactively.
So in real time, we love giving you podcasts. We love giving you episodes of podcasts.
Who knows what this one's going to hold?
Wednesday's show, I'm sure, was full of great things.
Is it going to be deep? Is it going to be silly? Will I cry? Will I laugh?
Well, they'll know from the title.
Well, that's true, but we don't know.
We don't know the title.
We don't
It's like
know.
you know what this is? It's like a Christmas present. You open it up, you don't know what you're going to get.
Blind
Is it
box.
socks and jocks? Is it perfume?
Oh.
Who knows?
Is it an
We
onion?
don't. That's the thing. We have no idea what the show was.
Do you like surprises?
Do I like surprises? I don't. I'd say if I had to give you an answer, the answer would be no.
Do you like surprises?
No.
It's very like, there's a spectrum. Like, I don't mind surprises. Like, fun surprises, I get. But, you know.
I'm a control freak, so I'm not into surprises
that's
too
me
much.
too,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if somebody says, hey, there's something that you don't know, and we'll let you know about it later on
I
as a
hate
surprise, you're
No.
like,
Oh,
please
well,
don't.
if your boss goes, can I talk to you later on? That's the worst.
No, just talk to me now.
Yeah.
If he can say that,
I will
he has
spiral.
time.
I bought Kel a surprise Christmas present. I was so excited about it because a few months ago he talked about his dream shoes with these special white cons he had growing up, and he explained what they look like. So I secretly went and I found them and I shipped them from Western Australia, and I was going to give them to him on Christmas Day, and he was going to open them up and be like, oh. And the other day I randomly was like, what do you want for Christmas? And this guy that I have known for 17 years, and whenever I've asked him, even as a friend, nothing. And then we were married, what do you want? Nothing. This year, I go, what do you want? Expecting the yearly nothing. And he goes, you know what I wouldn't mind? Those cons I mentioned a few months ago. And I said,
Nah.
I was like, brother,
Please.
mate,
Brother.
shut up.
Yeah, be for real.
I said, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I was so angry. I said, do you know what just arrived in the post? I'd already bought them as a surprise and you've ruined it.
That's terrible.
Ruiner.
Merry Christmas to me. I'm so happy that you got me those runners for Christmas, which is going to happen in the not too distant future. That is one of the surprises I do enjoy. That'll be a lovely surprise.
Okay.
That I've spoiled already. We were having, I think it was our wedding anniversary, and Lucy had hidden a present for me in the garage. Now, how do I describe this? So,
I can
like,
explain
it's
it.
a cookie jar,
Big
essentially,
white ceramic cookie jar.
but in the shape of a stormtrooper's head from Star Wars.
Yeah, and you take the head off and then you put cookies in it. And I was going to fill this stormtrooper white ceramic head with his favourite chocolates and love notes.
Yeah, so
Perfect.
she just...
Beautiful.
She just left
Hid it.
that there.
Hid it in the garage under a
didn't.
blanket.
You didn't hide
I
it.
hid it in the garage under a blanket.
It wasn't very well hidden. So I'm in the garage, and then I just see this large,
No, you didn't. You moved a blanket and you found it.
this life-size, accurate helmet-shaped stormtrooper mask that is a cookie jar, and I just innocently went back into the house and I said, hey, babes.
No, Cal.
What's this? And I think it was for our wedding anniversary, and I think I'd annoyed Lucy so much with discovering it that I didn't get it for my anniversary, and I think I then got it for my birthday later on.
She postponed it.
I did. What was the point?
That's so funny.
Have you hidden anything else around the house that I don't know about that I can spoil for you?
Yeah, I bought you some stuff for Christmas and I've hidden it.
I
in
know
my-
exactly where it is too.
Yeah, you do,
I
because I've
bet
got
you
a
are.
present cupboard.
Oh,
that's
I'm going
good.
straight
But it's
there.
up high, but you can't because I've blocked off the door at the moment, so no one can see. But I'll hide all the kids' presents in there. They'll all wise up pretty soon.
I will say you're a different human being if you like surprises.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone,
loves
Casey, that
surprises?
likes
Who loves
surprises?
No.
I mean, I had a surprise party once, and that was lovely, and I did love it.
Did you not know about that surprise
Not
party?
at all. That was the
Oh,
biggest
that's-
shock of my life. It was my 40th.
Oh, yeah.
And I was single, and my best friend said, hey, I'm going to take you out for a high tea. Get dressed up, come and go to a high tea. And I said, okay. And I was living on a granny flat on my best friend's property. And I got dressed up with my daughter, and then I walked down to her house because that's what we'd normally do. And she's like, okay, just pop in. I've just got to grab something. And I'm like, okay, no problems. And I walk in, and the house is full of all my loved ones. Lots
that's
of
all right.
friends from work.
That's beautiful.
And I thought we were going out for a high tea.
That's
I didn't
so
even,
nice.
they literally came onto the property, 30 people, and I didn't see them.
Wow.
And I I mean, I was in a very tough time of my life. Obviously, I was living on my friend's property as a single mum, and I lost it. I sobbed. And then I made a speech and I wailed because it was the hardest time of my life.
Yeah.
And in that room was everyone who carried me through the worst time of my life. So it was very special. And I just wailed and wailed and wailed.
You were going through a lot. You had a lot of pent-up, unresolved energy inside of you, and you took most of it out on the birthday piñata.
There was a piñata, a unicorn piñata, and I was
Yeah.
given a baseball bat
Yeah,
and a
good.
unicorn piñata.
You go,
And
girl.
I went to town, and they had to hold the kids back because I was swinging that baseball bat with
love
nobody's business.
Well,
Good.
can I say, regardless of the fact that none of us here in the podcast void like surprises, the fact of the matter is that we're actually about to go into a surprise because we have no idea what was on the show this morning.
Exactly.
So as you listen to the rest of this podcast, you'll be as surprised as we are.
The Lucy and Kel Podcast.
So, making the news the last few days is some footage that's been captured during sunrise at Sydney's most iconic beach. It sparked a fierce debate, and a lot of people have said this is a nightmare, what has been seen. And so, of course, clickbait, I clicked. What is the nightmare scene that's unfolding?
Was nightmare in air quotes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what is
That's
this?
how they get you.
It said it's just leaving everyone stunned. Honestly, that was it. It said nightmarish fuel. So I clicked on it because, I want to know what's the terrible thing. Do you know what it is? It literally is thousands of people, a seemingly endless stream of people running along the foreshore at Bondi. Now, it is a very interesting photo. It's the crack of dawn. It's 5 o'clock, 5:30. It's Bondi Beach, and it looks like a fun run. Like thousands of people smushed onto this tiny walkway coming at you. If you were walking towards them, you'd be mowed down and trampled. Apparently, there's a running club called the Sydney Run Club. It has 50,000 followers.
My goodness.
They meet twice a week, Wednesdays and Fridays, and they join up and they run together. Every Wednesday and Friday, there's a few thousand of them running along the foreshore.
Just taking over the beach.
You've never seen anything like it. It looks like a fun run that you'd pay entry to. But, I guess it's fun for them, not fun for me. Not fun if you're walking towards them especially.
Oh, there's two types of people in the world. Those that have fun while they run and those that do not. I think Lucy and I are in the latter category.
I wish I was a runner, but I'm not. My body just doesn't like it. I start running and then I run out of breath.
Everybody's like, what are we doing?
I'm just not a runner.
Let's stop this.
I tell you who is a runner. Cam Want from The Daily. Big runner. Runs all the time. Runs for fun. Runs for fitness. Runs for a job. Does fun runs. Gets medals. Loves it.
Sounding a little...
I'm jealous. I wish I could be a runner. But I don't know if I'd join the Fun Run Club, or whatever it's
You
called.
wouldn't join the thousands and thousands of other
No,
human beings
because
that are
I don't
running all at
like
the same time?
crowds. So I don't love the idea of running for
How
fun.
are they not tripping over each other?
I don't know, because you look at the photo and I can't tell you, it's a mass of humanity. And everyone's in their Lorna Jane or their Lululemon, and they are crushed. Because if you know Bondi, the path around the front of the beach is only small. It's probably about 1.5, 2 meters wide. And now I want you to picture that, and then 2,000 people on that path.
It's a good advertisement for health and fitness. I'll give you that. Imagine if you're in the drive-thru at Macca's near Bondi and you just see thousands of people running by as you're ordering your sausage and egg McMuffin with the hash brown inside it. You're like, maybe I got to change my life choices a little bit.
Well, they need to join the Sydney Run Club. I got to thinking about this because I thought, would I join this club? No, I'd never join this club. And I
Lucy
thought,
would never join this club. Would they even allow you into it? Maybe you have to set a running standard.
no, anyone can.
Oh, okay.
Just run for fun.
All you do is turn up and run and you're part of the club.
My sister was part of a walking club for a while.
Does that deserve chariots of fire as well?
Well, no tea, no shade. She joined a walking club because she liked walking around the local shopping centre
Yes.
early in the morning because it's undercover, it's safe, there's security guards.
Was she aware there was another group of individuals, another demographic that
so
enjoyed
she would
that?
go there because her gym was in the same building, and she would do laps of the shopping centre before it had opened for trade. And then she kept bumping into people walking the opposite direction, but it was all old people, and there was a big bunch of them. And they had a walking club that walked this shopping centre.
She had no idea.
No, but of course, every day she walked past them, she'd go, hello. And then I think one day they were like, why don't you join us?
Just turn around.
All these old people.
Yeah.
Like old, elderly.
Just do a 180.
And my sister, obviously not. She's, young and fit and hot. And all these elderly people are like, join us, lady.
However.
So she joined them.
Yeah.
And guess what? They became her best friends. And every day she looked forward to meeting up with her walking
She
club.
loves to lead a team.
She
a
does.
team of elderly people.
Yes, totally.
She would whip them into shape.
She would have become the team mascot.
Yep.
Anyway,
they
so
would be
she
the fittest old people in the supermarket.
Totally. She would have had them in Lululemon in a heartbeat. Drop and give me 30, Ethel. Oh, my hip's gone. I don't want excuses, Ethel.
She's very encouraging.
Anyway, she joined a walking club, and I got thinking, who's part of a club? My sister is, accidentally. She walked into a club. These people are part of a club. There's 50,000 of them part of this club.
Ever been part of a club? If you have to think that hard, I don't think you have
I
been.
started a club in primary school. It was called the Cane Toad Stompers Club.
Oh, dear.
And you'd go, it's a cane toad problem.
I think everyone gets it already. I think everyone already gets it. Having spent a year living in Queensland, I understand what the club was involved in. And Queenslanders,
a different breed.
again, there's just something different about Queenslanders.
There really is. Sally in Berwick has texted in, morning Lucy and Kel, I am part of 2 line dancing clubs. And then she lists their names. I don't know how to say one of them, but one of them is the Peninsula Line Dancers and have been nominated by Line Dance Association of Australia as Line Dancer of the Year.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. Lucy is now line dancing in the... I don't know if that's... Would you like to be a part of that club? Again.
Yeehaw!
Have you line danced in public?
That's a great video, by the way.
Have you line danced in public?
No, I have never line danced.
All right.
I mean, I just did it in radio.
You could be a part of it. Based
on.
on what I've just seen, you could be a part of the club, I reckon.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
That was very enjoyable. Well done, Sally. Excellent effort. Let us know if you win Line Dancer of the Year, or LDOTY, as we call it for short. Karen,
in the industry.
Karen in Melbourne East Coast, we belong to the Bayside Vissla group.
Vissla.
It's a Hungarian Vissla, Ruby, the dog.
Okay.
I know so
I'm
much.
not up to date with all my breeds.
Okay, we meet once a week at a dog beach, and we also belong to the Facebook group, and we support each other with dog sitting and behaviour problems.
That's lovely.
But Ruby is perfect, and she doesn't have any, says Karen.
That's club goals, I reckon. Supporting
Yeah.
each other, helping each other out.
Having on-call babysitters, that's where we've gone wrong. That's what we need to do. Nicole says, I'm in a triathlon club. Sorry, let me just I'm too excited after
You just
line
line
dancing.
danced.
I'm so sorry.
You're exhausted.
Nicole says, I'm in a triathlon club, inclusive sports training. I train 5 times a week. I enter in multi-class section. I don't like running, but I get it done.
I don't like running, but I'm involved in a triathlon club. I think you're fit enough.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
There's a lot of fitness going on.
Timothy goes, I used to be a very active member of the Gold Coast Scuba Dive and Snorkel Club.
Really?
He goes, I'm not so active since I've moved to Melbourne. No, it's a bit hard to scuba dive on the Goldie.
With all the training and paperwork involved, that's a lot of commitment for that club.
Juliet goes, I'm part of a hiking group.
Lovely.
Nice.
Did you get your own...
Oh, do you have your sticks?
Yeah, did you
do
get
you
your
have
own
the sticks
sticks?
and the spokes? That's why I join a hiking group, to have the sticks with the spokes, just to claw your way up a hill. Oh, I love it.
Getting very animated this morning.
I know. Let's go to the phones. Jeff in Chelsea Heights. Hello, lovely Jeff.
Good morning, good people. How are you?
Very good. Jeff, are you currently a member or have you been part of a club?
I joined a community concert band back in 1982, and I'm still a member. It was originally an instead of school band, but I was the first playing member on the committee in 1983. I'm still a member of the committee too.
Excellent, Jeff. What talent did you provide? Which instrument?
I hit things. I'm a percussionist.
Good.
Excellent. And,
Always good
and
to have
then
one of those.
You also found the love of your life.
Yes, I met the woman who became my wife. So we've been married for 35 years and still playing the band.
That's
Aw,
excellent.
That's so romantic.
It's very romantic, Jeff. Well
That's
done.
so lovely, Jeff.
A community concert band.
I love community concert bands.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's something new that I didn't know about you.
I just think they're great people because I do so many carol events at the end of the year, and every carols event always uses a community concert bands, and they're always like the greatest people because they're musicians, so they're awesome people because I believe musicians are awesome people, and they do music for the love of doing music, not for getting paid. So whenever they perform, they just perform with such love and gusto, and they're often brilliant performers.
The Lucy and Kel podcast. You're going to love this next bit. Oh, spoiler alert.
I'm taking you back to 2005 Australian Idol, back in the glory days when it created superstars and there was a powerhouse voice that stole the nation's heart. And she's had an incredible journey since then, from Idol winner to young diva, mum, podcaster, and now a woman with an amazing story of resilience and redemption. And she joins us to chat about it all and a new tour coming up. It is the one and only Kate DeAraugo's. Good morning, Kate.
Good morning, guys. That would go down as potentially one of the best intros I've ever had. That was stunning.
It's hard to even kind of quantify a 20-year journey in a sentence, and a journey like yours, which has been everywhere, done everything, very high highs, very low lows. But first of all, before we get to some of that, can you believe it's been 20 years since you won Idol? And can you remember that moment standing on that stage, winning that? Because back then it was the biggest thing to win as well.
It was. And I say this often, like it was a different time, and reality TV show was so fresh, and it was people, there was no streamings, there was no Netflix, there was no Facebook and all of that. At least I don't think there was all that kind of stuff for people to do. So that's, people like tuned in to watch. So, I was very blessed to be a part of that time. But no, I can't believe it's been 20 years, and sometimes it feels like 20 million years, and sometimes it feels like 20 minutes. But I'm just very blessed, really.
I will say, if we ever catch up with people like yourself, Kate, or Guy, or even Millsy, who's a friend of Lucy's, I often feel like we need to apologise to people like yourself, because back in the day, you guys worked so hard on that reality TV show, whether it was The Voice or Australian Idol or whatever, but you were met with all of this gatekeeping about you're not working hard enough, you've got the easy ride. And then we flash forward to 2025, where people upload a video and become famous. It's just, it boggles the mind how hard you had to work to become what some people would call a legitimate performer, when you were just working your guts out every single day for weeks on that TV show.
It's consistent from the minute you get into it. It doesn't stop. Like, there's a lot of early mornings and long, long days. But I think the thing about that show was that it gave you an opportunity to prove yourself as an artist. And I think, it doesn't take away from the hard work that happened on the show, but it set you up with an opportunity. It wasn't a given that you were going to make it either. And I think that's what people forget. It was about what you did with the opportunity from there moving forward that made or broke your career.
Let's talk about that 20-year journey, because you've been really open about your recovery journey. I know you're about 7 years clean and sober, which is an incredible milestone. And something I've loved about watching your journey, Kate, is that you have been so open about it, because you know how powerful that story can be for other people fighting stuff. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Look, it's no secret what the last 20 years have looked like. There was a 14-year battle with mental health and drug addiction in there, and I am really grateful, and by the grace of God, I've been clean, coming up on 8 years in March. But I think for me, I was given an option when I came out the other side of it. It took me a long time to get to the moment where I knew I wanted to share it as openly and as honestly as I did. But I looked at it and went, one of the real milestones for me making the big change when I got clean this time was hearing somebody else share their story and realizing, wow, there's lots of other people that have been through this, and I'm not alone in my pain and all the stuff that's going on for me. And I realized that I had a really unique position with a platform that I could share this story so it could get to more people, and hopefully it would help somebody else go, wow, if that person can do it, then so can I. And it has been, I've done a lot of crazy things in the last 20 years and Idol and Arias and all of that other stuff. But this piece of work that I've done with this podcast and using my story for good has been probably the piece of work that I'm most proud of.
Tell me a little bit about the podcast. What's it called?
So it's called Why Do I Feel This Way? And as I said, once I sort of popped my head back up after getting clean, because there was all these headlines and jails and courts and all that sort of stuff, and then I just vanished off the face of the earth. And when I came back, everybody wanted to know the truth about what happened and how it all went down. And I made a point of saying to myself, that's my story to tell, and I'll be the one to tell it, and take my power back with that. So I sat down in a 7-part series and told the entire story, exactly how it happened. And I sort of put it out there with my hands across my eyes, fearful of what I was going to get met with. But it was met with nothing but love and compassion and gratitude for being so vulnerable. And a lot of people said, thank you for sharing that story, and thank you for being so honest. You don't know how much it's helped me. And, so many messages that we decided to move forward and do a season 2, 3, and now we're about to go into season 4. And we basically just talk to anybody and everybody who's faced any kind of adversity in life and found a better way to show up for themselves than they did yesterday. And it's really courageous to go and do the work on yourself, and we just share people's stories.
I love that.
Back in the early part of your journey, and I know that was a word that was probably used a lot when you were going through
journey.
the Australian Idol scenario, I'm sure back at that stage you were thinking, I'll be a singer and I will sing my whole life and then I'll retire at 90. But obviously motherhood, advocacy now, the journey of your life with your mental health journey. You've got the beautiful boys now. You've got a baby boy as well. A couple of, what did you say, 9 months?
Yeah, I've got a nearly 3-year-old and a 9-month-old.
And the podcasting and, of course, the music as well. Do you feel like back in those days it was the solitary, I need to be a singer, I need to sing all the time, and now you look at your life and it's like so much more fulfilling to be all of these different things?
It's an interesting question because I guess I did music and I was sort of, everybody told me that I was really good at it, and I never really was able to back myself necessarily, but I just kept doing it. And then Idol happened, and then what happened after that, was what happened. But I think that my cup is more full with what I'm doing now than it has ever been. And I think it's because I get to do music in a way that is meaningful to me, which is what this tour has been, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a minute. And, having the opportunity to be a mum, I said the podcast is the piece of work I'm most proud of, but being a mum has been the most outrageous. It's an extreme sport, but it's been the most meaningful thing I've ever done in my life. After going to the places that I went and the dark places that I came, I have an appreciation for life, I guess is the best way to explain it. And so, the things that I choose to do now are for me, and I do them in a way that fill my cup and is meaningful. It doesn't mean I don't love and have, so much gratitude for those incredible things I did back then, but it's just, I guess my priorities have shifted these days.
Let's chat about the tour you're doing from Idol till now. It's going to be, I assume, some of the songs that you performed back 20 years ago on Idol, but then songs that have meant something to you through your journey. Tell me a little bit about those songs and why they're special.
Look, this tour has been really special because, yes, I've been able to revisit the songs of Idol and, of course, the Young Divas and those songs that people remember. But I've also been able to, for the first time in 20 years, sit down and sing the songs that are me and 100% Kate. And also there was some songs that got me through the hard times, and, music has always connected to me in one way or another. And I guess it's really nice to be able to sit down and sing the songs that are me. And there's a lot of stories along the way. But yeah, I've just loved being able to sit on a stool with the guitarist and two incredible backing vocalists and sing the way that I want to and share the stories that go along with the songs.
And I'm sure the audience would appreciate the honesty. I know we've sort of transitioned, and it's taken many, many years for people to be open and brave enough to talk about some of the stuff that you've gone through, whether it's a physical health thing, addiction or mental health. But obviously starting off, and probably the only question you were ever asked is about Australian Idol or Young Divas, and now you're at another part of your career where you can just speak openly about some of the trials of your own life and getting over those hurdles. I think your audience must get a huge amount, not just out of the singing, but also the stories.
Look, one of the things I say in the show, and I really mean it, I think, being honest has been so freeing for me, and so healing, and being able to share so vulnerably. And the one thing I've learned over the last however many years, working with other addicts and now on the podcast and hearing other people's stories, that everybody hurts. Everybody goes through stuff. It's just that not everybody feels safe to talk about it. And I've really wanted to be able to create a space where people can feel safe to talk about their stuff, whatever that might be. And the show is no different.
Yeah. I tell you what, Kel and I have both been in radio for nearly 2 decades, and to have seen the transition of artists and performers or TV hosts, whoever it is, go from those early days where it was just such a mask and all about promotion to now people just sharing so rawly and honestly. And it's that authenticity and vulnerability which people in this day and age crave and love and need. And that's where I think we all find that true community, true connection is when we're all honest. And I've loved seeing the world change, especially interviews like this. Like 20 years ago, we wouldn't have done these kind of things. People were like, I'm doing a tour and come and see it. But now people
and
are just...
everything's perfect and great and lovely. And
Yeah.
like
Tell us
no
about
one
the
wants to
outfits.
talk
And
about
no one wants that anymore. People just want real people with real stories, because you're right, Kate. Everyone is fighting a battle we know nothing about. Everyone has got their demons. Everyone has got the stories they have walked. And I love that people like you own it. And even on our show the other day, we spoke about living a life of no regrets, just lessons learnt. And I just think that your story of redemption and resilience through that is just... It's so powerful. I've got goosebumps as I talk, because there's just so much power in what you're doing and how you're owning it, Kate. And I know that all that goodness that you're putting out right now is just going to come back to you. I'm just so excited to see what happens on this tour for you.
Oh, bless your heart. Thank you so much. Yeah, look, it's I think, a big part of redemption and forgiveness is responsibility. And that's been, what this whole healing journey has been for me, is taking responsibility and not downplaying the ugliness that it was and the things that I did, but also moving through them and walking forward without... I think guilt and shame are two really different things, and people get them really confused. Like, I have remorse for my life and the things and the pain that I caused people, but I don't live in a space of shame anymore. Right. And, I truly believe that freedom from addiction is available to anybody who's prepared to step into the work. It doesn't matter how far you are down the rabbit hole. It's waiting for anybody who's ready to change.
Oh, you're remarkable. I love it. Kate's show is happening very soon, the 21st of November, Friday night at the Jazz Lab, but there is a bit of a tour, so you could grab her in Bendigo as well if you're out that way. Obviously, Brisbane and Sydney. All the details are on her Instagram or her Facebook, Kate DeAraugo Official. And of course, the podcast. I'm going to go check that one out. Why Do I Feel This Way, with the new season launching soon. Kate, we love you. Really proud of you. Thank you for sharing so honestly this morning, and we wish you nothing but the best of luck with this tour.
Oh, you beautiful humans. Thank you so much for having me.
The Lucy and Kel podcast.
Lucy won't be required for this next conversation because it's about old people. Is that nice, babes?
Thank you so much.
You all right?
I like that.
Brownie points for the husband?
Yeah.
Well, you're youthful, both on the outside and the inside.
Thank you.
Youthful at heart. But we do want to address, I'm going to throw myself into being an old person. I'm 49.
Yeah.
Is that old territory? I feel like it might be.
Well, let's just say for this, like
the
an
case,
elder millennial.
The context of this
X,
conversation, file me under old people because, of course, if you're keeping up across the last weekend, the long weekend, I believe, with the horsies, the mighty Oasis was in town. They did 3 concerts here in Melbourne, and I believe they're still hanging around. They might be in Sydney and Queensland throughout this week. Growing up in the 90s, this was one of my, I think they call them the seminal artists, Oasis. I loved Oasis. And I loved the album, What's the Story, Morning Glory. And most people only know Wonderwall. But there are a lot of people that love Oasis, as I did, and unfortunately wasn't able to make the concerts. However, something has happened at the Oasis concerts, not what you think, because back in the 90s, Oasis never got through a concert. They got a couple of songs in, and then the brothers started arguing, and Noel would storm off stage. And everyone was like, yay, Oasis! We've seen them argue.
Oh, so true.
No, they were very well behaved in the last few concerts, but somebody noticed something about the crowd at the Oasis concert. There are images of the crowd, and there's like hundreds of thousands of Oasis fans across the many concerts here in Australia, and they're all doing the same thing. None of them are using their mobile phone to film the concert. It's a sea of people, and get this, kids, I know this is going to shake young people to the core, a sea of people living in the moment, watching Oasis with their eyeballs, listening with their ears, not viewing it through their iPhone. Because if you go to a lot of concerts these days, name me a young person artist, Luce.
A young person artist?
Name me a young person artist. This isn't a trick quiz.
No, Olivia Rodrigo.
All right.
Charlie
so
XCX.
if anyone goes to those concerts, you can't see the stage because nothing but iPhones.
That's right.
Just a sea of iPhones as the young people document their life to upload on their social
You know what I
networks.
don't like? Oh, it's going to sound like
Oh,
I'm
she's going to come
I
into the
can't
old
help
category with me.
I don't like it when you see someone at a show and they're filming themselves watching the show.
Okay.
I'm like, come on.
This isn't
How
a-
narcissistic is that? This is me at
This
Olivia
isn't,
Rodrigo.
this isn't a conversation about Lucy's rants.
Sorry.
This is the fact that no one was filming Oasis in the moment.
Love it.
And some pundits, is that the word?
Yep.
Some people in the news said, this is it. We've turned the corner. People are turning up to musical concerts again, and they've put their phones away to enjoy the moment and enjoy their favourite artist.
Love it.
And then young people said, no, it's just that everyone that went to Oasis is an
Yeah.
old person. I think they're right. I think I
they're
actually
right too.
lean the young people's synopsis of what went on. Old people went to an Oasis concert. That's why you saw no mobile phones.
Love it.
I'm
I
kind of
love
proud
this.
of it.
I'm proud of it too. I think there are lots of things to be proud of when you are a Gen Xer or an elder millennial.
And this isn't having a go. What we're about to do is
No,
not
not
having a go at
No.
any generation.
How could you?
We just want to celebrate the older types.
I'll tell you what I'm proud about.
What are you proud about being an older type?
Proud about the other day I had to move our TV cabinet, and to move the TV cabinet I had to unpack from my TV cabinet all my CDs.
Yes.
My
Do we
whole
need to
CD
explain those to
collection.
anyone?
Yes, CDs, compact disc, Casey. It's this little flat thing
Yeah.
that would put in a CD player, which they don't even make anymore.
No.
I've got an old CD player. I've got all my old CDs because some of my CDs are not on Spotify.
It's super cool still
Yeah, there's cool music. It's cool, Casey. I'm proud of my CD collection.
because you're an old type.
Yeah, and I'm also proud of my DVD collection.
Oh, DVDs. Do we need to explain those?
Yeah, they look like a CD, Casey.
DVD. Now I'm going to rack my brain. Digital video disc?
What does it matter? I don't know.
Oh, the kids would want to know.
Also proud of the fact that if you go in my memory box, I have some floppy disks.
Floppy disks.
Casey doesn't even know what a floppy disk
Oh,
is. You
yeah.
actually don't, do you? No idea. Can you just bring her mic up for 1 second?
Well, are you going to explain what a floppy
No, I just
disk
want to
is?
say, have you heard of the word floppy disk?
It just didn't harden over time.
No.
Yeah, it
Do you
didn't
know what a
ripen.
floppy disk is?
No.
You don't know what a floppy disk is?
No, I do not.
No, because she's 22.
She doesn't know what
And
a
they've
floppy
never
disk
been
is.
used. They haven't been used since like 1989.
No, I used the floppy disks in high school in the 90s. We had floppy disks.
Google, when did they stop using floppy disks? Google that and then have an existential crisis. I will tell you what I'm proud of for being an old type. I do not have, this is more a reflection on me maybe. And
2011.
2011, the last use of a floppy disk. I doubt. How old is that computer? What was that computer doing? What was that computer in charge
That's
of?
so funny.
This is probably a reflection on me and my personality, but I think it's also because I'm an old type. I do not have one single app on my phone. I cannot access my bank account. I do not know what my heart rate is.
Can't use maps.
I don't know what my metabolic real age is.
Doesn't have
I
any
don't know any of
socials.
it. My phone receives calls from my wife.
That's it.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's it.
I feel
That
good
literally
about
is
that.
it.
I'm not connected in any way on my phone.
I like that you're proud about that. I'm okay.
People are like, just use your phone to, because people are going boop, boop, beep, beep, boop, beep with their phone,
Yeah.
doing everything. And I'm
Yeah.
like, my phone doesn't do that.
You know what I'm proud about?
What are you proud about?
I'm proud that I remember what it was like to have one of those olden day dial phones. And when the cord got all tangled, you'd hang it upside down, remember? And it would spin the right way.
the word
And then
dangle.
you'd dangle, you'd spin it, and then you'd put the phone back on the holder, and all the big curly cord would be untwisted. That was fun. Or when you're on the phone to your best friend, because you were like 10, and you'd put the curly cord
Talking
around...
about floppy disks.
Talking about floppy disks. You'd put the cord around your finger because it was the perfect size for your finger. Fiona says, doing a spring clean. I have these and they still work. I used them on train commutes back in the day, and she sent me a photo of a Sony Walkman and a Sony Discman.
Oh, so again, it's a bit like the dinosaurs. You see those
so cool.
those graphs on how the dinosaurs evolved.
Yeah.
So you've got the Walkman came first,
Yeah.
which was the tape.
Yeah.
The Discman, and there was 2 iterations of the Discman.
Yeah.
The Discman they made and sold, and then everyone realised you couldn't move anywhere with the Discman because it would just skip everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then they made the unskippable Discman.
Yeah, no skip Discmans.
Oh, the future.
So good, the future.
And you could play one song at a time, and you had to play them in order.
Emily says, I'm proud to use a PC to do big things like booking flights. Yes, we don't book flights on phones.
I'm proud that we used to call it a personal computer.
Yes, she goes, I've also switched from a mug to a smaller teacup for my evening tea to prevent the midnight trek to the toilet. Yes, that's a very old person thing to be proud of, Emily. I've also cut down my tea consumption at bed for the very same reason.
Doing
Emily.
the math on will you get a full night's sleep or will you have to go to the bathroom.
It's important.
I'm proud of that.
Paul goes, Lucy, I'm an avid film buff. I have a huge collection of DVDs. He goes, I thought I was the only one with DVDs. No,
No, Lucy's got a ton.
I got them. But you know what I don't have? I don't have a DVD player.
Okay.
I'm serious.
No, I know. That's the...
I don't have one. I don't even know why I don't have one.
Well, you've got so many DVDs, you really should have one.
Elsa goes, I use cassette players to play some of my music with the old speakers that plug in with a wire, not an audio jack plug.
Yes, you used to have to press forward a tab and then insert exposed wires into the back of your speaker.
Oh, that is... I don't even remember that.
I remember that.
Kareen goes, the save button these days is a picture of a floppy disk. Well, a hard disk, actually.
Kids wouldn't know.
And kids will go, what's that little disk?
What's that square
You don't
thing?
understand. That's how we saved things, kids. Melissa, listener of the year in Croydon, is on the phone. Hello, Melissa.
Good morning, Lucy and Kel.
I think it's very brave of you to say you're an old type, being a part of our group. What do you love about being an old type?
There's a few things. One, I can back a car without a reversing camera because not all cars have reversing cameras.
I would say that's probably the one thing I'm just a little bit soft as an old type because I do enjoy my reverse camera.
I can't live without my reverse camera. I can't park without
You're old
my
school though,
camera.
Melissa. I love it.
I now have that 360 camera that's on your roof. I can see 360 coming down over my car. I can't park without that now.
Melissa, I would go as far as to say if you were in a car with a young person and then you put your arm over the passenger seat and then you look over your shoulder, they wouldn't know what you're doing. And you'd be like, I'm reverse parking. This is what happens. This is how you reverse park. Well done, Melissa. We love that. To Lady Ros of Rye.
Yep, Lady
Your
Ros
soul
of Rye.
sister Ros Luce, listener of the year 2023. Good morning, Lady Ros.
Hi guys, how are you?
Very good. You'd like to double down on a few things that you're proud of being an old type?
Oh yes, I do. But first, I just wanted to say, Lucy, I also have a collection of DVDs and no DVD player.
Well,
It's a
there you go.
phenomenon.
Same.
It's a phenomenon that's
it's a
happening.
thing. Yep. And Kel, I think it's really impressive you don't have any apps on your phone, but it does make me a little bit sad.
Well, Lucy loves the apps. She hasn't fully.
I do love the apps.
You love an
It's
Apple.
hard because I tell you what I don't like is I have find my phone, find my husband, and I can't ever find him because he doesn't have the app that works. So I can never find him.
Yeah, but I'm either here or I'm at home.
Yeah, but I'd like
That's
to know.
the only two places
I'd
I'm
like
ever.
to know whereabouts on the road you are.
Right, okay. Those 15 minutes in between, making sure I'm not stopping off at McDonald's.
Yes.
Lady Ros, what is the one thing that you love being an old type?
Well, Melissa just said earlier that she is able to reverse park without cameras,
Yes.
which is very impressive, but I'll go one further than that. I actually have an old 2002 Mercedes, and it doesn't have any reverse cameras. It doesn't have any beeps on it either. And so every day when I reverse park and whatever I'm doing, I don't have any cameras. So I'm quite proud of that. Although I will say I did back into someone in the supermarket earlier in the year.
Right, yeah, so proud.
Proud I
I'm
don't
so
have-
proud. I don't need cameras. Smash. Doesn't matter. Smash.
Really
Still proud.
Really proud of nothing assisting me. Smash.
Tell you who's not proud of you. Amy Insurance is not proud of you.
Well, maybe they are, because your premiums are going to
Actually,
be
no, you're making the money.
sky high.
The Lucy and Kel podcast.
Well, if you listen to the start of this podcast, you'll know that was another very successful podcast where we talked about a whole heap of stuff that we totally remember. Right, guys?
It was good. I love the bit about the thing.
So many
What a great podcast.
Such a great podcast. And don't forget, tomorrow, or maybe the next day, depending on when this podcast actually went to air, we're definitely going to, on Friday, have the bonus podcast of the 3,000 shows, thanks to producer Casey, who has spent days, no weeks, editing together the entirety of Show 3000, all the highlights available to you tomorrow for a special bonus podcast,
Hooray.
which is good news.
So good.
And on that bombshell, it's time for us to say fare thee well. Have a great whatever time of the day it is for you. And until we meet again, everybody.
Whoop, whoop.
Well, that's all for now. But you can download more podcasts anytime or catch Lucy and Kel live weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on 89.9 The Light.
This is the end bit. This is the end bit.
Woo.
This is the end bit of the show.
and bit.